Hi everyone! In this video I will show you how and why I converted the raised bed in our kitchen garden into a container garden. The conversion took place this past spring. Our first veggie container garden is pictured here from this past spring and summer. We've had many years of successful veggie gardening in our old raised bed. It was gardened during the cool season and during the warm season. As you can see, there is limited space. One of the main reasons I decided to convert this raised bed to a container garden was sunlight. While light was not a problem during the summer when the entire garden was flooded with light, during the fall and winter only about half the area received sunlight due to the lower position of the sun. The first step in the conversion was to remove the old raised bed. In digging up the soil, I noticed many earthworms. So, I ended up using some of the soil to take advantage of the worms to backfill the plastic pots by about 1/2. After removing the soil and wooden sides, I covered the exposed area with pea gravel. After purchasing the plastic pots from a local landscaping shop, the next step was to prepare the pots with soil. As mentioned earlier, I backfilled the pots with the soil rich in earthworms. Next, I added a bad vegetable gardening soil mix. The last step was to top the pots with a 2-inch layer of shredded cedar mulch to prevent the soil from drying out. I prepared this pot about a month ago. I amended the soil and I added some organic fertilizer, and during this past month I've been watering it just to make sure that the soil stayed moist and provide all the worms and with plenty of moisture. And you can see right here, as a matter of fact, here is a worm right here, just fantastic. So where to go? Oh, here he is. Nice worm here. If I just pull up this soil, if there's another worm there, there's just so much activity in the soil. It just looks fantastic. I really don't want to break it up too much, but I just want to show you just how full of life this soil is. And it's been dormant for the past month. So rich and ready. One of the conveniences of having a container garden is having the pots at a height that does not require kneeling on the ground or too much bending. Here you see me comfortably sitting on my garden stool as I work on a pot. Another convenience of a container garden is the ease in accessing pots to plant, irrigate, fertilize, and harvest veggies. Let me show you what the container garden looks like after transitioning from warm to cool season. It is mid-October and I'm in the middle of planting my cool season vegetables in this container garden. Here in these pots I have snap peas on the trellis. Down here, these are gailan, which is a Chinese broccoli, just transplanted yesterday. Romaine lettuce and our perennial rosemary that we use often in cooking. Here we have arugula, just transplanted, with green onions that we grow from cuttings. Here's a Thai pepper that's finishing up from this past summer. Thyme that we use in our cooking. Here are some beets that we are growing for the greens. I just planted these turnips in this pot, and here's some more turnips that I started about a month earlier. Going over to this pot, I have beets and radishes, carrots, pak choy in these 2 pots that I just transplanted yesterday. Beets that were transplanted, about a month ago now. Here we have a watermelon radish, doing really well. Carrots. Here we have daikon radish. Notice that they're in the grow bags. And here we have a second batch of daikon that I sowed about a week ago. And so in these pots, I have 3 empty pots, actually 4 if you include the one on the other side. I will be sowing more seeds or transplanting plants into these pots a little bit later in the season. And by the way, those pots have been amended with compost and an organic fertilizer. On top of this table, I have parsley under these bottles and mint that I started over the summer and they're still going strong. More arugula and more thyme. In most of these pots, like with these beets, for example, and let's see, and some of the, like the lettuce, what I've done is I've put a layer of mulch on top of the soil. And in the empty pots, I also have mulch, about a 2-inch layer of cedar, shredded cedar mulch, in order to keep the soil nice and moist and keep those worms nice and happy. One of the nice things about having this container garden is that I can change the configuration. So over the summer, I had these pots in a different configuration because the sun covered the entire area. But now that there's a shadow being cast in the fall, and it'll just get bigger as we get closer to the winter solstice, I can move these pots in that direction over there to receive the best possible sunlight. So there you have it, a look at how and why I converted our old raised bed to a container garden. We couldn't be more happy with how it's working out. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or email me. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.